The next part of the adult orange belt curriculum I'd like to cover are basic kicks. And again, helping me today is Mr. Scott Bayer. Scott, okay, the first kick we're going to cover is our series off the back leg. In yellow belt, you learn to kick off the front leg mainly, and now we're going to kick off the rear leg. Okay, the first one is a front kick. So when we throw the front kick, again, we want to kick with the ball of the foot. Now this could be kicking to the midsection or whatever. We have two basic front kicks that we really work on. One is called the snapping front kick, and it comes right back. The other one is called a thrusting front kick, where I thrust and go through. Okay, that's a power kick. Let's grab the kick shield. On the power kick, I'm kicking and going through with my leg and going forward to drive my opponent back. The snapping kick is I'm just snapping it out there and bringing it right back. Power, I'm going through. Those are our two basic front kicks off the rear leg. We also have roundhouse kick off the rear leg, which generates a lot of power. Okay? Basically. So we can have a snapping one where we turn and just like pop and come down and hit. Or we have the power one where we're turning and trying to go through our opponent. That one we mainly kick with the shin when we do the power roundhouse. Kicking with the shin. Or the snapping roundhouse and coming down. Okay? Next kick I want to cover is called our axe kick. It's bringing our leg up and coming down. We're going to come down with the back of the heel. You can do it off the rear leg or the front leg. I prefer the front leg myself, but either one will work. And what I do is I bring my leg up, come over, and come down with the heel in this motion. I like to get a lot of momentum in this by dragging my back leg up and then coming down with it. Okay, drag up and come down. Again, the rear leg will work, but you got to bring it up and come down, and that, I feel that takes a lot of time, where the front leg is just a lot easier. Okay. This kick, you can come down. You can come down on the shoulders if you're real flexible. Come down with your heel, maybe hit his face. But what I like to do with the axe kick is use it as a setup, where I hit the forearm, knock his guard down. Then I can follow up with a punch or whatever. So from here, my axe kick might look like this, coming up and coming down. And I bring that forearm down, which sets him up for the nice punch. Okay, next I want to cover is a rising kick or rising scoop kicks. A rising kick, simply what it applies is like you're rising your leg up. So it's much like a football, where the punter is punting it. Football. But when we have a rising scoop kick, what we do is we bring our foot up and then we retract it back. We bring it up and retract it back. This also will work with the heel. Bring it up and retract it back. Bring it straight up and then retract it back. This rising scoop kick is mainly used on your opponent between his legs. But as I rise up, my leg comes up, and then I scoop back, either from the front, around. Preferably, in most of our Kempo techniques, it's from the rear. I've been fighting with Scott. He gets turned around, or I get behind him, and I kick straight up like this and scoop my foot back. Or it'll be from the rear. I'll bring my heel straight up, hit him, and scoop out. This is a very effective kick coming up with that heel. You can turn your body. Can I have that kick barrel, please? And hold it right there. Right here. And create a lot of power by just turning your body and coming up with that heel. Blam! Right between his legs. Very effective. Last kicks we're going to cover, off the rear leg again, are our spinning kicks. And we basically, for orange belt, do two, a spinning side or a spinning back kick. As the name implies, we're going to spin our body and do a side kick. Well, what I want to do first from a fighting stance, and make sure that you maintain a good fighting stance. A lot of people set this kick up and they kind of cheat. Or you can tell it, it's called telegraphing. You can see that they're going to do it. In other words, they'll take their front foot and they'll move it over like this as they're fighting you, and that looks kind of weird. That's because they're going to spin and kick. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to have your fighting stance stay the same all the time, so your opponent doesn't know whether you're going to be punching, kicking, or whatever. From here, what I like to do is I lift that heel up as I turn my foot. As I turn my foot, I turn it all the way over and point my heel towards my opponent. That's simultaneously looking over my shoulder to get ready to throw that side kick that comes straight out. So it looks kind of like this. From here, fighting stance, turn, and kick straight out. Fighting stance, turn, and kick straight out. The back kick is very similar, except the positioning of the leg and the foot. On the back kick, as I turn, instead of bringing my knee up like this and throw a side kick, my knee stays down and my leg comes straight up like a mule or a horse. There's another name for it. A mule kick. And I kick straight back like this from here. This is very hard to defend against because the angle of the kick. And again, from here, a spinning back kick, straight back. All right? Straight back. Boom. Spinning back kick. Those are our basic kicks for orange belt. Thank you.